HBO's White Lotus was an instant hit when it was first released, so it didn't come as a surprise when the show was renewed for a second season. This time, the second installment is trending online for a certain scene. For today's video, we'll be talking about that said scene, which is the sexual awakening sequence. And FYI, it's more important than you think. If you want to know more about it, then you better keep watching. So why is that sexual awakening scene important? Just a heads up, spoilers ahead. Valentina may be the strict hotel manager at the White Lotus Termina, but in the 6th episode of Season 2, she finally lets loose in a sensitive, sensual sequence. The buttoned-up heroine, played by Sabrina Impacciatore, has experienced her own sexual awakening as Mike White's acerbic anthology series prepares to wrap up all loose ends for a scorching, explosive finale. Valentina and wannabe singer Mia, played by Beatrice Grano, have a night in abductions that may forever alter the life of the resort manager, who is secretly gay. With a side of murder and Sicilian stereotypes, this season has touched on sexual and gender politics. In keeping with Season 1, albeit the episode set in Hawaii was more concerned with post-colonialism. Each of the protagonists in this episode encounters the rigid relationship between intimacy and power. And speaking of power, Valentina takes pleasure in utilizing it by reprimanding other workers and wielding sarcasm against her most obnoxious customers. There is an inner vulnerability and hesitation to live her truth and own her sexuality that lies beneath this frigid exterior. Valentina is an intriguing, enigmatic character who serves as a virtual antithesis to Season 1's libertine manager Armand, Murray Bartlett. The other workers and visitors immediately display their genuine natures, defects, sorrows, and frustrations, which have an adverse effect that cannot be reversed. White takes a different path with the head of hospitality, removing each layer one at a time. Valentina's private life is glimpsed by the viewer, revealing that it is dominated by her career and leaves little room for other activities. She is uninterested in males outside of work hours and naturally antagonistic to anybody who enters her personal space, though she wants a genuine connection. As she feeds 3 stray kittens while eating lunch alone, Valentina exhibits a softer side in a heartbreaking moment that plays off the lonely Catwoman cliche. When dealing with Mia and her best friend, sex worker Lucia, who is portrayed by Simona Tabasco, Valentina's granite facade behind her desk gradually breaks down. While the interaction with the latter is completely adversarial, the interaction with Mia is more personal. Valentina is completely ignored by the obstinate musician who is anxious to get a piano gig at the White Lotus. Mia confides in the manager that she is aware of her attraction to women and assures her that it is fine and that she is a little bit lesbian as well. To land the job, she even pledges to have fun with Valentina. Valentina remains silent. There is no way to escape. Impacciatore performs this scene to the hilt, one quiet lip quiver at a time. She doesn't really ask for anything in exchange, letting Mia play while tacitly admitting that she is really gay. Given her sudden, intense crush on receptionist Isabella, viewers have a strong suspicion about her sexual orientation. When Valentina finds Isabella engaged to her most irritable employee, Rocco, she is at a loss because she mistakenly believed her friendliness and compassion to be flirting. It's devastating, and Impacciatore's visage dominates the screen, subtly reminding viewers that Valentina has been let down in the past. Devastated, she decides to skip her birthday cocktails and sit by herself at the bar. With a stunning version of the 1950s ballad You Belong to Me and her trademark matter-of-fact demeanor, Mia intervenes to rescue the manager's special day. The musician doesn't question Valentina's queerness when she confesses that she has never been with a woman and instead offers to help her while leaning in for a kiss. This scene perfectly captures a generational conflict about living openly as an LGBTQ person in oppressive settings. In Italy, marriage equality is still a long way off, and a proposed law against hate crimes against women, people of color, and LGBTQ persons met with fierce opposition in the Senate in 2021. In a recent interview with Entertainment Weekly, Impacciatore expressed her pride at being able to use her position as an Italian actress to advocate for the queer community. An atmosphere that is anti-LGBTQ is fostered in part by Catholic fanaticism and Italy's new far-right administration. As a result, some people choose to live their sexuality in secret or the closet out of fear of vengeance. Without explicitly stating this backdrop, the White Lotus instead uses Valentina's response to hold up a mirror to society. Mia is a prime example of how younger generations courageously live their authentic self. She exudes carefreeness. Others, frequently but not always older queer individuals, can experience internalized queer phobia and sometimes reel from prior prejudice and suffering. The manager is immediately thrilled as she hears Mia's suggestion, but she rapidly transforms back into her typical distant self as she keeps in mind that they are at her workplace and that anyone might see her. Mia, who currently works at the hotel as well, is unconcerned. With Quentin and his multinational party-loving crew, other LGBT, out and proud characters are arguably included in the show. However, because of their wealth, rank, and passports, they can live in a bubble that is separate from Valentina's reality. Valentina, though, can take a tiny, crucial step toward achieving freedom because of Mia. The manager just says in a low voice, "Not here," abandoning all prudence and deciding to spend the night with a singer in a vacant suite. Mia sings a sensual Italian rendition of Happy Birthday to You to Valentina as she sits on the bed while wearing a white feathered outfit. This pays homage to Marilyn Monroe's performance for John F. Kennedy in 1962, a pivotal moment in American culture that has been extensively examined and capitalized on ever since. The way that this plays out between two gay women turns the notion of a power dynamic on its head is interesting. In this situation, Mia is in charge while Valentina voluntarily cedes her power, at least for the evening. There isn't a shred of awkwardness between them. In contrast to some of the other sex scenes this season, it's almost romantic, to be honest. They exchange focused glances and nods of agreement. Later, views of foamy waves breaking on the Sicilian shore are expertly intercut with snippets of Valentina's liberated climax. It's enjoyable to observe, particularly in light of the season 1 interaction between manager Armand and his employee Dylan, which was more predatory. There is an understanding between Valentina and Mia, and it is the singer who provides the stiff manager the pleasure she has long denied herself. Although both women are conscious of the transient, transactional nature of this moment, they use their covert encounters to help Valentina realize who she truly is and how to be unapologetically herself. With White Lotus 2 much better than its predecessor, fans and viewers of the show are now demanding a third season. So is there one? Here's everything we know about a potential White Lotus Season 3. The early renewal announcement guarantees that production won't be put off for too long, but based on the release schedule of prior seasons, we'll still have to wait longer than we'd want. Season 2 of The White Lotus premiered in July 2021, and Season 3 is likely to appear in early 2024, or possibly even earlier if Mike White gets to work quickly enough. Season 1 of The White Lotus launched in July 2021, and Season 2 premiered at the end of October 2022. So, who among the cast members will be returning for Season 3? Jennifer Coolidge appeared to be a sure thing for Season 3 before the Season 2 finale aired. Tanya is the sole prominent character who has so far appeared in both seasons, along with her shady husband Greg, who is portrayed by John Grimes. Does Jennifer Coolidge's departure from the program, now that Tanya has drifted out of our lives, mean she will never return, or may she take on a new role? In an interview with Deadline, here's what show creator Mike White had to say about this concern. "Jennifer is my friend, and everybody loved her in the first season, and I was like, I can't go to Italy without Jennifer, and maybe that's still the case. Like maybe you can't go to Japan without Jennifer either. There are so many fun actors we worked with so far, so it's just kind of like who's available. Then, who else could portray Tanya's long-lost twin sister if Jennifer returns for a third season? Given that all these various chapters are situated in the same universe, anyone who survives the first 2 seasons could theoretically make a comeback. We're betting on Megan Fahey coming back following her spectacular performance in the Season 2 finale. However, Men's Health said that Jack Black and Laura Dern may be excellent additions to the cast because they have already collaborated with Mike White. Dern actually appeared in a cameo in Season 2 in which she voiced Abby, Dom's wife, so that might be the ideal method to include her. Now, what do we know about the plot of White Lotus Season 3? With the trip to Sicily, that is, shall we say, pretty appreciative of the male form, Season 2 has increased the horniness that Season 1 incited in us, all while we were in Hawaii. What setting could be appropriate for our third season's upcoming sexcapade? We just turned in our last episode to the network yesterday, so it's hard to think about the next race. Mike White told Deadline in an interview and added, "But if we did, I think it'd be fun to maybe go to a whole different continent. You know, we did Europe and maybe Asia, something crazy like that. That would be fun." White's interest in a third season with an Asian setting was underlined in a bonus clip that was included after the finale aired. He clarified that the first season sort of focused on money, while the second season was on sex. The third season, according to the showrunner, would take a satirical and humorous look at mortality, as well as Eastern religion and spirituality. A second visit to White Lotus seems like it could be a rich tapestry. Beyond that, we may anticipate some good old butt stuff, as well as the standard power dynamics that revolve around sex, class, and gender. With that, we're wrapping up today's video about HBO's White Lotus. What do you think the next season will be about? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching today's video, and before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more more videos like these. See you next time, and thanks for watching!